Today on the Daily, can Kyle Larson win 7 sprint car races in a row? We've got a stacked late model field headed for Lernerville and Hunter Schuerenberg, the man of 1,000 sprint car rides. Let's go. It's Wednesday, August 21st. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is DIRTRACKR Daily presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. After being fairly quiet through much of the year, sprint car silly season continues to ramp up, and today we had even more news. If you watched the Tuesday Daily, you knew that an announcement was likely coming for yet another driver for the 2KS sprint car in the Midwest, and this morning we got that announcement. Hunter Schuerenberg will drive for the team starting this weekend at Knoxville for their championship night. From there, a schedule through the end of the season will be week to week. Kelby Watt was in this car last weekend for the Jackson Nationals, making the feature both nights and filling in that seat after the departure of Chase Randall. And it is official that Randall will be in the Tyner Hurst 94 car out in California this week for the Gold Cup. There are some very intriguing rumors right now about Randall's sprint car future, especially for 2025. I'll keep you posted as things develop there. Back to Schuerenberg, though, he's got 4 wins this season in 35 starts, with 3 of those victories coming against the Power i410 series and 1 at Paragon with Fast. He was most recently in action at the Knoxville Nationals, ending up 15th in the Saturday B main. I did reach out, and this move to TKS means he's no longer with the Hybreeder team. He had been running some of these other cars alongside races in that black and gold car. Team co-owner Ashley Hybreeder and Schuerenberg himself shared to social media the news as well since I started writing this. I don't know that I've seen a driver jump between so many different cars in a single season as Schuerenberg has in 2024. We've seen him race the Hayward 19, then leave, the Ford 73, the Eikenberry 25, the Hybreeder 19, and he had a brief appearance with the McGee 11, now into the TKS machine. Back in July, Steve with Master Gassers, who you should be following on Twitter and checking out his website, he had Schuerenberg at 11 different rides since June of 2023, and as of today, I believe it's now 14. The other rides he's been in since last year include the Vermeer 55, the Kevin Newton 16, Jay Kaiser's 23, Alex Bowman's 55, the Swindell Speed Lab 39, the Zemco 1 in Pennsylvania, and then the Seidencran 64 and the Tom Dunkel 17A, both of those 360 rides. Is it a good thing that he keeps jumping rides or a bad thing? I'm not really sure. Schuerenberg, definitely a talented driver. You don't run top 5 and top 10 against the Outlaws on high limit and win all-star races and some of this regional stuff, make the Knoxville Nationals main event if you don't know how to drive. But this is a strange situation. The TKS ride as well, not known for a ton of stability when it comes to drivers in the seat, so maybe this is the perfect match. We'll see. Knoxville's weekly season ends on Saturday night, where Austin McCarroll, Jamie Ball, and Mike Mayberry all appear to be headed for track championships. It's only Wednesday, but a busy dirt racing weekend starts today. At Chico, the Gold Cup Race of Champions begins with day 1 of 4. Tonight is 360 sprint cars, and then 410 action starts Thursday with the Kubota High Limit sprint cars. Because of his day job with Hendrick Motorsports, no Kyle Larson during the 410 portion of Gold Cup, but he will be racing a 360 tonight. So if you're out there and you want to see Larson race, today is your only chance. That 360 field tonight, though, will be absolutely stacked. Besides Larson, you'll also see Tyler Courtney in a car for Tyner Hurst, plus Shane Golobic, Andy Forsberg, Sean Becker, Ryan Brunall, and many more. At the moment, Larson has won 6 straight sprint car races, so we'll see if he can get number 7. I'll have to go looking to see when the last time a driver won 7 races in a row. It's probably been quite a few years. If you can't get to Silver Dollar Speedway tonight, Flo will have live coverage of tonight's 360 show. For the late model folks, ahead of the Lucas weekend at Port Royal and the World of Outlaws at Atomic, the FloRacing Night in America series is at Lernerville tonight for $20,000 to win. This will be the first time to the Western PA track for the Flo series. Ricky Thornton Jr. still leading the championship. He's the most recent winner going back to Fairbury when RTJ won driving for Kevin Rumley. Bobby Pierce and Jason Fager not far behind in those standings. Because both tours are in the same region, tonight's field will feature a mix of drivers from both. That includes RTJ, Bobby Pierce, Brandon Shepard, Hudson O'Neill, Devin Moran, Tim McCready, Nick Hoffman, and a lot more. I'd say that RTJ probably the favorite tonight, as he won the Firecracker 100 there back in June, even if it was driving for a different team. He did look stout at Batesville before losing that tire while leading as well. After tonight, the late model teams will have Thursday off before racing starts back up again on Friday. Yesterday on the show, I mentioned the 10,000 win super late model race at Stateline Speedway and said I thought that either Max Blair or Dave Hess Jr. would likely win, and I was right. Hess started outside front row for the 40 lapper, picked up the big check. Blair finished 8th after starting 19th, if you were curious. We'll see how many of these guys head to Lernerville tonight and Port Royal or Atomic this weekend, with plenty of big money available between the two series. And a side note here, we talked yesterday about issues for Beaver Dam Raceway in Wisconsin and 411 Motor Speedway in Tennessee. Stateline has actually actively been for sale for a year. Just recently had the asking price reduced to $525,000. So if you've got $500,000 lying around and you want to operate a racetrack, here you go. It's located not that far from Erie, Pennsylvania. At Ransomville last night, Matt Williamson took advantage of his home track knowledge to put in a dominating performance with the Super DIRTCar Series. He led every one of the 75 laps from the pole, topped championship rival Matt Shepard and Stuart Friesen went 5th to 3rd. Williamson has been lights out this season at Ransomville in weekly competition. He's got 4 wins and 10 top 5s in 10 weekly starts. He leads Gary Lindbergh by a slight margin for the track championship. With Jimmy Phelps finishing outside the top 10 last night, the Super DIRTCar Series championship is down to just Williamson and Shepard at this point. The gap between the two is 34 points. Money Matt dominating the win column. He's got 5 already, but Shepard's consistency has really been the difference here. The series goes quiet now for 10 days with Mr. Dirt Track USA up next at Lebanon Valley at the end of the month. That's a nice $15,000 to win show, and will award another Super Dirt Week a guaranteed starting spot. A side note here, if Super DIRTCar Series or WRG friends are watching this, can I find a list of the Super Dirt Week guaranteed starters somewhere that we've had so far this season? I've been looking for that and I can't find it anywhere. Reach out, let me know. On Wednesdays, we spotlight the many dirt racing podcasts out there, so hopefully you guys can discover some new content. This week, Wing Nation has Kyle Larson, QuickTime has Blake Walker from Knoxville, Hoagie's Garage has Cole Macedo and Joe B. Miller, Turn 2 Terribles has Robbie Kendall, Getting Up to Speed has Troy Folger, Caution Free has Leighton Wagner, and there are new episodes of The Dirt Reporters, The Dirt Nerds, and Dirt Tracks and Rib Racks. To see all of these shows and their new episodes, visit DIRTRACKR.com/podcasts. And on the same vein, thanks to Mandy Pouch Mahaney for having me on her show this week. If you want to learn about my own motorsports journey and career, check that one out. We also talked a lot about what goes on behind the scenes of this show and how I put episodes together every day. You can find the podcast version via the podcast page at DIRTRACKR.com, or you can go check out Mandy's Dirt Track Untold YouTube channel. And also, if you go to the bottom of youtube.com/DIRTRACKR, you'll find a section there dedicated to other dirt racing channels. Mandy's is there, as are a bunch for tracks and series and drivers and a lot more. So if you want podcasts, DIRTRACKR.com/podcasts. If you want more YouTube channels, bottom of youtube.com/DIRTRACKR. Now that's it for today's show. If you want even more dirt racing content, make sure to follow DIRTRACKR across social media. I'm always posting new things to Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. So wherever you are, DIRTRACKR is as well. Hope you guys have a great Wednesday out there. We'll see you back here tomorrow.